Alright, so in this video, like I said before, this is just a Southern gentleman beard trim. So this isn't going to be like, we're not trying to win barber competitions with this. We're just trying to get my man, he said he wanted his beard shorter, he wanted the sides faded, he just wanted everything to be nice, compact, and clean again. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start off by fading the sides. You can see I've got my wall senior. I'm just going to go with the same system that I always goes with. It's closed, middle, open, but as you can see, I've gone to my half guard and I'm opening the lever, closing the lever. This is called intuitive hair cutting. This is where you just know what you're doing because you've experienced it. You've done it before. This is something that comes over time. It's not something that you're given. There's some prodigies that come in and they know how to do it all at once. Like, oh my gosh, I come in, I know how to fade better than you, and it took you like 3 days. That is a thing that happens. It's not the thing that happens most of the time. So relax, you'll be fading intuitively in no time. Now this right here is what beard sculpting is all about. You've got beard trims and you've got beard sculpts. You've got unshaven and then you've got bearded. This is the difference. I want you to look at that silhouette and I want you to pay attention to how I'm reaching over and I'm only taking out the lines that distract your view of the silhouette. There's a silhouette attached to a finished product. Like in your mind, when you think of a beard, you think of like on all sides, man, that thing is a straight line all the way around. And that's what I'm doing first. I fade in the sideburns, and then I take the clipper, whatever clipper it is, and I go down the sides, eliminating the hairs that are in the way of the silhouette. So pay attention right there on the front. You see those little itty bitty hairs sticking out? Those are the ones that I'm going after. This is shaping and sculpting, not trimming the beard. That's the difference. It's all about the details and it's all about the silhouette. You want straight lines all the way around. If you're wondering why some beard trims don't look as finished and sculpted as others, this is why. Because there's little hairs sticking out on the fringe like a cat that are making it like look all like, oh look, I didn't shave, I'm unshaven, I'm just, oh here's my beard. Because you're not paying attention to the details. So you got your guys walking around like, whatever that is. So anyways, now I'm taking my wall senior or whatever clipper you can choose. I've been working with seniors for a long time. It's my go-to. I'm also liking the Gamma Ergos, the JRLs. Everything's going good right now. And I put my first line in the middle to show me exactly where this beard's gonna land. It tells me exactly in the middle where my beard needs to go. Now I tilt his head to the side. Notice the headrest? I want my guy relaxing during my beard sculpt. I don't want his neck getting a crick in it because I'm sitting here asking him to hold all these angles, not even thinking about the service of my client. So always use your neck rest whenever you're trying to shape or sculpt a beard. Now you can see I started in the front and I got that round thing in the front, and now I'm making it come around town. Hit him with that SpongeBob, bring it around town. So come around the front and both sides. Now you see that hard angle, that sharp corner? Don't worry about that yet. We're not there yet. We're gonna deal with that, okay? But first, I'm gonna get my FX and I'm going to hit the back of his cheek line. Now, you know how you can push a hairline back? You can do the same thing with a cheek line by pushing it up too far. You can do the same thing with a neckline by pushing it up too high. A lot of times this neck hair right here, you need to be real careful that you in the neckline where the neck begins to curve and become a chin. The first chin, not the second chin. You don't want to reveal that, that thing. You don't want to see that. A lot of times that hair that's growing off the neck, especially in longer beards, is the thing that's going to contribute to the density. So guys, on the long beards, this has nothing to do with this video, but I'm going to say this. On the long beards, stop taking the neckline all the way up and giving them a chin curtain of beard, okay? Done with that. So I'm cleaning off the underside of his neck because you always want to be sure to get your client really clean. It's the details that make the difference. This was a $25 beard trim, but that's only because Scott's been a client for about almost 5 years now. And his beard trim normally takes me about 18 minutes. He's a good friend. And he didn't question my prices when we were the highest prices in the city when we opened our shop. So actually, Scott is such a good friend, I don't even give him the option to tip me at the end. I just charge him the 20 bucks. Sometimes he leaves an extra 5 or something like that, but I don't worry about the tips. Sometimes I just enjoy hanging out with my friends, and I'm thankful for the clients that have supported us since day one. So Scott comes in, he sits down, I trim his beard, and he leaves. We don't do the whole, hey, let me make sure you pay and all that. Now, here's the corner. For all you guys who are thinking that corner looks too sharp, right? Now, I'm just tapping and shaping the corner. I'm coming at a 45-degree angle on that point and just knocking it down so that way it can round the chin, because you've never seen a chin that comes to a point like that. So I'm just rounding the chin to give it that natural look. It's kind of like shaping an afro but in reverse. It's the same tight curly hair on Scott here, so I'm just taking my time to find, once again, it's all about the hairs that distract from the silhouette. The entire beard is about removing the hairs that distract from the silhouette. It's funny, you know, almost when I was buying my new house, I actually almost bought Scott's old house, and dude tried to tell me that this house was a great house. And then Scott sat in the chair and I was like, hey dude, I found out you were the original owner of this house. How was that house? He was like, nah, don't buy that house, dude. So shout out to Scott for not putting me in the lemon house. So I know it's hard to see from that angle, but I'm just gonna put this comb in the mustache. I'm gonna bend it down so that way I can hit the straight line. But if you notice when you do it like this, you see how full his mustache stays. I don't have to take it down with the guard. I don't have to have everything looking like a buzz cut on his upper lip. I'll flip the comb down, take away the hairs that are hanging over his lip, and I'll just lightly, once again, let me say it one more time, remove the hairs that distract from the silhouette of the sculpted beard. See that? See that right there? I didn't take all the hairs down. I just took the hairs down that needed to go away so that way he could have, I want these people's beards to look like, when they get up in the morning, I want it to look like they pull their beard off of a shelf and lock it into their face before they start their day. That's my goal. I want people to see the details on the beard so that way when they get asked about, hey, where'd you get your beard trimmed? I want them to tell them where they get it from. I tell people regularly that we as a shop specialize in beards. And I do most of my detailing on the cheeks with my razor. Getting rid of the hair on the cheek creates contrast. You can't really tell until it's removed, but now you can see that light skin and then pow, straight to the beard. You can see that line of demarcation from smooth baby skin into sculpted beard. I want to keep his line natural, and I use that ash to help me get my lines even, to let me know where it is. You don't send them out of the shop with that, and I don't even take pictures with that ash line still intact like that because I don't think it looks very good, but I definitely use it as a tool to help me know what needs to go where on my lines. Even when I look them dead on, I'll line those ash lines up to see, is everything falling where it needs to? And then when it's done, I'll wipe it off with the duster and hit it with the aftershave. So now I'm gonna pick him out one last time because every time you mess with your beard, you ever had a client that gets up and like when they're done with the beard, they just go like this and they just like, oh yeah, that's what I like. And then they just screw it up. Dude, it's like the worst. So I try to prevent that. So I pick it out one last time. I put the towel on his chest so that way the hairspray doesn't land on his chest, on my cape actually. And then I hit him with a light hairspray because I want those hairs to really, I want them to like lock up so that way when this clipper runs across them, they literally just snap off. I hit it with the blow dryer, that dries it up, speeds it up a little faster, and now I'm getting one final shape in. See it, boys and girls? Silhouette, say it with me, silhouette. It's all about silhouette. Pay attention to that bottom lip because a lot of those hairs right there under the bottom lip, they tend to want to stick out. And you got to shape all of it. You got to get all angles, all sides. You can see I'm looking from the side, I'm looking from the front. I'm looking from the side to get the front. I'm looking from the front to get the sides. You have to literally walk 360 degrees around your client to see every single hair that's sticking out. But when you do that, that means that anybody that walks around your client when he leaves from 360 degrees will see the same silhouette that you see. So pay attention, walk all the way around, do the details. Don't be afraid. It's like an ice sculpture. You start with a block of ice and you just remove stuff until you get the desired shape. You just keep chipping away at it. You just keep removing, and you do it in layers. You don't just do it all at once. You don't just, boom, let me remove all the hair, let me line up the cheek line, let me get the bottom, and here we are. No, you do a little bit at a time. When you pay attention to detail, this is what you end up with. Again, this is Scott's. I'm going to call this the Southern Gentleman because, Scott, that's what you are. You're a Southern gentleman. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you coming for the last almost 5 years to my shop, man. How many of you guys know about who your clients are? You know, have you took effort to get to know your clients? I want to encourage you to do that. I want to encourage you to know what they do, what's important to them. It'll keep the passion alive in your barbering. And so let's let Scott see the mirror, see what he thinks. What do you think, Scott? Let's go. He likes it. All right, y'all, that's it. That's the Southern Gentleman. Hope you guys enjoyed it. He's out.